Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich and Becca Birdsall on standby. And Brad, this storm system already responsible for more than 30 deaths across the country. While it has weakened as it enters our area, you don't believe we're out of the woods quite yet.
Yeah, I want to see these two lines get through. It's kind of like you want to make sure we're completely in the clear before we can kind of give it the all clear from severe, which we like to do to tell you that there's no more worries. It's really just going to be the morning. I mean, we'll get there by about lunchtime, but it could be a couple more hours. We still have the tornado watch, which I will remind you, in and around the watch area you need to watch. So remember, storms don't know anything about county boundaries or state lines. So even though you see these counties outlined, we use those to kind of highlight the area, but it's in and around those areas. So kind of think of a county touching that area. This is the line we're watching. And this is why we can't really give you the all clear yet until this is completely through our area. In particular, this cell in eastern Chester County. So this is 77, Richburg, Great Falls right there, heading towards the Catawba River. This is pushing northeast. So panhandle of Lancaster County, southwestern parts of Union County, maybe even western parts of Chesterfield County. You can see there's a little burst of wind in here, actually really strong winds coming up through Lancaster County, heading towards Highway 9 right now. Those are probably 50, 60 mile per hour winds. So at the very least, you're going to have some winds that could approach 58 to 60 miles per hour, which is the damaging threshold. So no severe thunderstorm warning yet, but there's definitely damaging winds in there, and a spin-up tornado still possible. The back edge of the heavy rain is almost through Charlotte. It's 8:30 right now as we're talking to you. I'd give it another hour, and probably this will be east of the Charlotte area, and we will begin to dry out. Still some pretty strong storms in the mountains as well. These are pushing north and east, but the mountains have actually seen the most significant impact so far from some really high winds. Those winds weren't associated with the actual thunderstorms. It was with a completely different phenomenon we call the low-level jet. Becca's got more on that, and that was the first thing we noticed early this morning were these wind reports coming out of the mountains.
That's right, Brad. And some of the newest local storm reports are reporting multiple trees down, actually countywide, also some road closures as well. So that is something that we'll be following. In the meantime, though, that low-level jet is responsible for bringing us some of those strongest wind gusts, and it's also just feeding us tropical moisture, which is why it does feel humid as you step outdoors. That low-level jet is in the deep purple. That is 60 to 75 miles per hour. So what we lack in instability this morning certainly makes up for it with that wind shear. Water vapor loop just showing how much available moisture is coming from this and how much we're getting from those southerly winds. Now, when you combine the wind shear and instability, there is going to be a chance again for some rotating thunderstorms later on this morning, especially over the next couple of hours, which is why we want you to be a weather alert. We will be tracking these storms all morning long, so make sure to stay tuned.